Welcome back. Tonight we're diving into an intense, or I should say what could be an intense legal battle brewing between the city of Scottsdale and stun gun manufacturer Axon. Last week, the Scottsdale City Council voted to allocate $100,000 to hire an external attorney to look into challenging state law. The law enables Axon to fast-track a major development in North Scottsdale. So what's really at issue here is the voice of Scottsdale voters. Axon plans to include not only a new headquarters for the company, but also apartments and retail. We're joined tonight by Scottsdale Mayor Lisa Borowsky. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Down. I know you were on Bram's show over the weekend, so you're becoming a frequent visitor.
Yes, I love it here. So thank you.
What's the latest on the talks between you two? Anything new?
Non-existent, unfortunately, so far, but I aim to change that. I'd really like to sit down with Axon and resume where we left off, which I thought was a productive dialogue on how we might resolve the dispute over the apartments, 1,800 apartments, and get them squared away.
What bugs you more, the fact that Scottsdale voters may not have a voice in this? In the end, it could be all Arizona voters that have a voice in this. Does that bug you, or does the fact that this has usurped your power as mayor of Scottsdale?
All of the above. I think it's a really big issue that the state legislature sought to take action that deprives the citizens of Scottsdale from a vote on a fully baked, if you will, referendum. The petitions were gathered, the referendum was set, an election should go forward, and I think that's a very big problem. So that's a big issue.
Yeah.
The second one that you asked about is that, the state legislature should have let us take the opportunity to work it out. Zoning is a municipal, that's what city government does. It's one of our biggest responsibilities.
Right.
And we were on a path to, in my opinion, resolve it, but for them going to the state legislature and getting a lot of traction, and that really stopped the discussion. So ideally, we'll resume those.
Do you feel like there were some backroom deals cut and that Scottsdale was cut out of that backroom deal?
I don't know. I don't have an opinion about that. I was not down there the entire time, nor should I have been. I did have meetings with several, many legislators down there, and felt good about the process. I think we, looking back, should have been ahead of the curve on what was going on, but we really didn't learn about it until the last minute.
So it's a matter of respect for the citizens of Scottsdale in your mind?
Yes, and the municipal governance and our right to engage, and the important priority of being engaged in land use decisions in Scottsdale.
What does Scottsdale as a city hope to get out of this? If the project goes forward, what would Scottsdale get out of this?
Get out of what?
Out of the deal with Axon.
In terms of benefits,
Yeah.
if we could resolve
Is it tax dollars? What does the city of Scottsdale stand to gain?
If we were to resolve it and take down the density quite a bit, in my opinion, but if we could negotiate a deal with them, I would love to see Axon stay, and I think everyone feels the same way. And there's also other community benefits that can be provided in a massive campus like that, and those remain to be seen. So, and of course the tax revenue is significant, it's huge. That's a big part of our economy in Scottsdale and the statewide economy. So I prioritize them staying.
But you don't want more apartments out there.
Some apartments are okay. I think that's where I land right now. Condos are great. I think that's a good fit. But 1,800 is just too dense for that location. So there's some number between 0 and 1,800 that we have not arrived at yet, but I feel confident that with the right approach that can be done. But it's really not about Axon right now, right?
No, it's about the state legislature.
It's about the legislation.
Right.
So I voted I did an amended motion to take the proposed $200,000 budget and deposit into the law firm, cut that in half. Let's start with $100,000. And I voted for that decision. I made that decision because it is about the legislation. We're stuck with this legislation moving forward, as are 4 other communities.
So this would be baked in any big issue like this, it would pop up years down the road.
Yes, and we happen to have 3 parcels in our city limits that this legislation applies to. So let's leave Axon over here. even if we could get it resolved with Axon, the legislation, we still need to make that challenge because it's a very big problem.
If the legislature was cut out of it, do you feel like if you sat down with Axon in a room that you could get it hammered out? That they're willing to cut down on the density of their apartment construction?
I think they were. In fact, they said so. So do I think it could have been worked out? Yes, I'm an optimist. As you know, commercial litigation, 30 years, I've been doing that. I believe there's always a point to get to where no one leaves perfectly happy,
Right.
but you've resolved the situation. And I believe there's still time for that.
As an attorney, we have to go, but as an attorney, do you think that that a trial or a case could be avoided?
Not on the legislation, not on the legislation, unless a member of the legislature moves to reconsider it before it's signed into law. That would be one way. And then, of course, there's the referendum that's moving forward, right? Statewide, I'm not part of that, obviously, the city is not, but a statewide referendum would, of course, diffuse the need for any litigation.
All right. Mayor, good to see you. Thanks
Good to
for coming
see
in.
you. Thanks so much.
Appreciate your time.
Thank
Rebecca?
you.
All right, thanks, guys.